Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Thanks for joining us on a Monday night. It's always a pleasure to have a return guest on the show, and this gentleman tonight is a country music legend who just recently celebrated a birthday, his 89th birthday, and what a way to celebrate with a brand new single, and we're going to play that for you tonight along with some of Claude's greatest hits for you. It's my pleasure to welcome the tall Texan, Claude Gray, to My Kind of Country. Claude, how are you tonight?
I'm just fine, and let me tell you, I really appreciate talking to you, Scott. It makes me feel good. I was 89 years old, by the way, and this is kind of a special birthday present.
I think that's fantastic, and I want to thank you, too, for sending me the Christmas card. That sure meant a lot to me.
Well, you deserve a lot more. I wish I could have sent you a Christmas cake or something up there, but you do pretty well, and we love you for it.
Well, bless your heart. I appreciate that. Well, you are singing and sounding fantastic, and you have got a brand new single, and I love the title. It's called Music. What better title could you have? And tell me about this brand new song, Claude.
Well, that's written by myself and a friend of mine, Lori Tyson, and her and Lisa Lane are the background voices with me on this record. And it's a simple song. It's called Music, and as I say, it's a simple song. But I think the musicians, as you mentioned, they play like they were just having a great time on it, and every one of them are great musicians too. We recorded it in Arlington, Texas, and you got one of the first copies, so right now we're kind of I don't know what the overall reaction is going to be, but it's looking pretty good, and I hope we're going to have a real good record. I need one.
Well, it certainly sounds fantastic. We're going to play it for our listeners here shortly, and folks are going to love it for sure. And I know you got Dale Morris Jr.'s playing fiddle on there, and who are some of the other great players on this one, Claude?
Well, Boo Miller is a steel player. Of course, he's married to Lisa Lane. He's playing steel, and these were new musicians to me. I had to come from Nashville and Illinois down to Arlington to record there, and actually most of them are new to me, except the fiddle player. He recorded and worked for Ray Price for, I think, several years, up until the time Ray passed on. But they're all fine musicians, and I think you can tell it on the record.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got Roger Ramsey on bass and Josh Rogers on the drums. And, of course, you mentioned Lori Tyson and Lisa Lane on backup. And Lisa's a great singer. We've played a lot of her music on our shows, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is a good singer, and she really excels on this record, too. Great backup vocalist.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to go ahead and play that new song for you. This is Claude Gray's brand new single. It's called Music, folks. And we're going to come back and talk to Claude a little bit more. So stay with us as My Kind of Country continues.
The voice of a child or the warmth of a smile can melt a heart that's cold. People holding hands, toes in the sand, can do wonders for the soul. There's a special kind of magic when we open up our eyes to the beauty all around us. Our senses come alive, and it's music. Music, the passion of our lives. I've traveled around this land, extending a helping hand, received one in return. A friend in need is a friend in need, and love can help us mend all the bridges that we burn. And if our hearts get broken, we don't see eye to eye, there's hope for tomorrow in every new sunrise, and there's music. It's the passion of our lives. Finding happiness in all the little things in life. Knowing I've got you to help me make it through the night. We're making music. Music. It's the passion of our lives. Music. Music. It's the passion of our lives.
All right, that's brand new music from Claude Gray. You can go to claudegray.weebly.com, which is his website. You can also get in touch with him on Facebook. And, of course, you can get this single. You'll be able to download it all the usual places that we get our music. And we'll have those links on our Facebook page for you as well. And I want to thank Dina and Indie Express for getting this out to all the DJs all over the world so they can get it on the air. You're working with some great folks there, Claude.
Well, thank you, Scott. I'll tell you, I started recording back about 1960 and recorded for 4 major labels down through the years and did a lot of it. But, you know, the whole scene has changed so much since then. Like you have things ingrained in the CDs and in the songs that used to be sent only like to BMI, you know, and ASCAP and stuff like that. But now it seems like everything is covered, and it's hard for me to even comprehend how vast the music business is now. So you're aware of it, about how it works, but I'm not.
Well, you've certainly done pretty well with it. You've got everybody all over the world that's going to hear this. And, of course, your last couple songs, too, Who Sent My Ex to Texas, and you did a beautiful version of Touch My Heart. And I know those were great on the indie charts for you. And, of course, they've gotten a lot of airplay. So you're staying current with everything going on there, Claude.
We're trying, sir. I can have another record or two, like I'll just have a cup of coffee and then I'll go, which is my first gold record. And then the Family Bible, you know, the Family Bible is out, sold all of them, but that's over a period of years, you know, since I've been in the business. But, you know, it'd be great to have an actual hit record, a real number one up in the charts there. And I'd be grateful, and thank you in advance, man, for your help, Scott. You're a great impact on me. Just your attitude and knowledge really makes us feel good and helps us.
Well, I think it's you're a national treasure. When you have a country music legend of your stature that's still recording and putting out fantastic music, it deserves to be played. And as long as I'm around, I'm going to be playing them.
Well, thank you very much, man. I want to try to get up to Michigan one of these days. I haven't performed in Michigan in a number of years, so maybe I'll get up that way on a show or something here. You know, when the weather starts warming up a little bit, let's say, and get to sit down and have a supper with you and do a show with you.
Man, I'll look forward to that for sure. We'll have to get down your way. You're not too far away. You're there in Skokie, Illinois, close to Chicago. That's not too far from us.
Have you got any snow up there, Scott?
Yeah, we got snow on the ground. It's snowing today, so I'm sure you probably do too.
Oh gosh, it's about to drive me nuts down here. I'm a sunshine guy. I'm a Texan, really, a redneck Texan, and the snow is. I'm familiar with snow, but we don't have it like down in East Texas like they do up here.
That's for sure. Talking about your new single, Music, what was the inspiration to write that song, Claude?
Well, I had music on my mind, and Lori is a close neighbor and a friend of mine down in East Texas, you know, and so she heard me say music, And then a couple of weeks later, she called me and said, "Hey, I've got a song I want you to hear." And I went down and listened to it. And she said, "Yeah, I heard you talking about music, so I wrote a song." And she did. Then I kind of helped her with a few lines on it, and I liked it. And she said, "Let's record it." So I went into the studio there in Arlington, and I was amazed at how the musicians jumped right on it, just jumped in there, and they were exultant over the song for some reason. And they were all knocked out musicians. So in my mind, I think we have a masterpiece here. I'm not going to predict it because I can't, but you'll know. And hopefully it could be a real comeback record for me.
Well, I think so. It's a great song, as you folks just heard, and I hope you let us know what you think of it. And Claude, are you planning to do some more recording?
I am. Matter of fact, I talked to the guy that owned the recording studio there in Arlington today, and he's hot over this record too. If this record breaks open, it can bring him a lot of business there in his recording studio. And the sound on it is really good. But as soon as this thing, starts getting popular in the charts, if it does, well, it will be asked about an album. So here in the next 2 months, we'll go in and we'll complete an album.
Well, fantastic.
And get that to you, Scott.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Well, when you get it done, you let me know, and we'll, if you'll be gracious enough to come back on the show, we'll do a whole feature on it. How's that?
I will, and hopefully I can. It'll be, it won't be summertime by then, but if the weather permits, we'll just drive up there and sit down with you in the studio and have one of those big Michigan black-eyed peas and cornbread and turnip greens and sweet taters lunches with you.
That sounds like a plan to me. Well, I wanted to talk about one more song that you recently recorded with our buddy Dennis Stromat. He's another one from down around the Chicago area, and he's got a great album on Heart of Texas Records, and you guys did a duet on one of your big songs, My Ears Should Burn When Fools Are Talked About. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah, Dennis. He, let's see, he came in and did some shows with me down in Missouri, and let's see, back. Oh, this has been, 10 years ago, I guess, or more. And then after that, he got in touch with me, and he wanted to record a song that Roger Miller wrote and was one of my very first records. I never did really like it then. I like it now, but I didn't then. And it's called My Ears Should Burn When Fools Are Talked About. So he asked me if I'd, would mind if he recorded it. And I said, no, go ahead. So he did, and he sent the master to a technical guy down in, I guess, Texarkana, Texas, Chip Bricker. And called me and asked me if I'd come up there and do the voiceover with him and some harmonies. So I did. I only lived 100 miles from Texarkana, so I went up there and I was glad to do it for Dennis. And so you've got the record. And I don't know if he ever released it as a single or not. I think he did.
It's a great song. We did a feature on the album when it came out, and we're going to play that for our listeners again tonight too. It's it really turned out fantastic. And of course, I want to play my two favorite songs of yours are "If I Ever Need a Lady" and "I Never Had the One That I Wanted." I love that song. Those good country shuffles.
Oh, bless your heart, Scott.
You've got a couple greatest hits CDs too that are available. And folks, if you want to order Claude's greatest hits CD set, it's $20. And you can call 903-649-3205. That's 903-649-3205. And Claude will be more than happy to get those in the mail to you. So just give him a call, and we'll put that information on our Facebook page as well.
And I have Volume 1 and Volume 2. They have, I think, 18 songs on each one. And it contains, I've had, I think, 7 songs that sold over 1 million records each,
Wow.
That includes I'll Have a Cup of Coffee and Then I'll Go, How Fast Them Trucks Can Go, The Family Bible. It has, all of my bigger hit records on them. Be Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Claude, I wish you the very best, and you got a fabulous song there, my friend. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on My Kind of Country and share your music with us tonight.
Thank you, and thank you for the music record, too.
All right. Claude Gray here on My Kind of Country. Here are some of Claude's greatest loved songs as we continue right here on Fish Creek Radio. Claude, thanks again.
You bet. Thank you, Scott.
Sometimes my memories let me hold and kiss you, but they're just lending me the things I'd live without. And it's my fault that I can't really hold you. Yes, my ears should burn when fools are talked about. What made me think I've craved another's kisses? Another so unworthy, I found out. My arms have no right to hold another, and my ears should burn when fools are talked about. At night in dreams I hear her beg, don't leave me. She loves me, there's no doubt. But my arms have no right to hold another. I guess my ears should burn when fools are talked about. What made me think I've craved another's kisses? Another so unworthy, I found out. My arms have no right to hold another, and my ears should burn when fools are talked about. I guess my ears should burn when fools are talked about.
There's a family Bible on the table. Its pages torn and hard to read, but the family Bible on the table will ever be my key to memory. At the end of day when work was over, and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from the family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting round the table when from the family Bible Dad would read. I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of ages, cleft for me. This old world of ours is full of trouble. this old world would also better be if we found more Bibles on the table and mothers singing Rock of Ages clip for me. I can see us sitting round the table when from the family Bible Dad would read. I can hear my mother softly sing, Rock of Ages, clap for me.
You don't smoke and you don't swear. You wouldn't do wrong on a dare. But a good girl just can't chase away my blues. I'm out fighting loneliness, dating girls I know will kiss. And if I ever need a lady, I'll call you. You drink cokes, I drink wine. You don't stay out after 9, and that's when I'm getting up to lace my shoes. So don't cry when you see painted women out with me, 'cause if I ever need a lady, I'll call you. Check inside your sweetheart. Look, it's pure where mine is gone. And an angel is the one thing I can't use. I need girls of the night, all aglow in neon light. But if I ever need a lady, I'll call you. You drink cokes, I drink wine. You don't stay out after 9, and that's when I'm getting up to lace my shoes. So don't cry when you see painted women out with me, 'cause if I ever need a lady, I'll call you. Yes, if I ever need a lady, I'll call you.
You know, a lot of folks stop at truck stops. They just naturally think they should, 'cause they figure any place a truck driver eats, the food's just got to be good. So they go in there amongst all them truck drivers, sitting around talking low. They're talking about women and stuff like that, and how fast them trucks will go. There's the little old place out on 66 where a lot of the drivers stop and get their kicks. Reckless eyeballing this waitress they got called Flo. There's always a bunch in here hanging out, cutting up and talking about how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that, and how fast them trucks will go. What's a wonder feller can sit down and eat is ham and eggs or his bread and meat with a good-looking woman like that around and on the go. First thing you know, you get to fidgeting and fussing and nudging one another instead of discussing how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. Low Flo, she just takes it all in stride and swells all up with her woman pride. She's tickled plumb pink you come in to see the show. She throws a little old extra wiggle in that walk and you just sit there and grin and talk about homemade loving and stuff like that and how fast them trucks will go. I can't explain how it makes you feel, but you tip her $5 on a $2 meal. Get yourself together and start heading out kinda slow. While you're pushing that diesel on down the line, you get to thinking about your woman you left behind, and how she wiggles when she walks and stuff like that, and how fast them trucks will go. I'll just have a cup of coffee, then I'll go. Thought that I'd just drop by and let you know that I'm leaving town tomorrow. I'll cause you no sorrow. I'll just have a cup of coffee, then I'll go. I brought the money like the lawyer said to do. It won't replace all the heartaches I've caused you. It won't take the place of loving you, I know. I'll just have a cup of coffee, then I'll go. Tell the kids I came by a while last night, and I kissed them while they slept so tight. Make my cup of coffee sweet and make it warm, just the way you used to be inside my arms. I'll have another half a cup and then I'll go. Always looks greener, and I guess that's the nature of a man, to let passion have its way, never thinking what he'll pay. And it's hard, oh ain't it hard to understand. I never had the one that I wanted,
like a child that's playing with a fire. Must the most luscious peach be always out of reach? And the things you can't have, you desire.